Hi, and welcome to Rick on Real Estate. I have a special guest with me this morning, Ashley Bush, co-owner of the Legacy Title Company here in Colorado Springs. Ashley's been my closer for years, and she's here to talk to us today about title in the real estate transaction. Ashley, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Rick. I
really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So a lot of times when I'm working with people, especially if they haven't done real estate in Colorado Springs in particular, they're not familiar with this whole title insurance thing.
Okay.
So what is the role of the title insurance company in the transaction?
Here in Colorado, we play two different roles. We play the title insurance role, so we search your title. Basically, we at closing, in the hopes to give you clear title to your property that you're purchasing. And then the other role is the escrow side of it. So we will do the closing. We're considered a disinterested third party to do the closing, to set in and kind of help explain documents to buyers, sellers, get everything signed, notarized, completed.
And paid off correctly too, right?
Paid off. That's a big deal.
I know for my sellers in particular, they're very worried sometimes about making sure that the bank gets their money on time. And one of the things that these guys do is very carefully handle those funds. So when it comes to the insurance side of this, talk to me a little bit about what you actually are insuring when you issue a title policy.
So we're insuring the title to the property. So, and that property could be residential, it could be vacant land, it could be commercial property, but we are insuring the title to the property. So that when you purchase that property, we're ensuring that there's no liens encumbering it, that you have clear title to the property.
Okay. So if, for instance, after closing, it turned out that somebody had not been paid for the new carpet that was installed or whatever, is that kind of part of what you guys also insure?
It could be. When it comes to items like that, a lot of that is if there is an actual loss, if at that point we couldn't get a hold of a seller. But yes, we do step in that situation and say, hey, let's see what's going on here and why this didn't get taken care of.
So you make sure all that's good.
Yes.
That's clear.
Yep.
So another question that sometimes comes up is the boundaries of the lot itself. And we normally would handle that through survey. In Colorado Springs, we're not asked for surveys very often anymore. But what's your role in that whole process?
We cover so in certain areas, obviously, like you said, areas that's not lot and block normally is what we call it. A standard lot that you're purchasing, we give you that automatic coverage for protecting you against encroachments from neighbors, that kind of situation. And if you have things with your easements, we do list a lot of that based off of your plat or recorded documents. Some of those items we do take exception to, but for the most part, you are covered mainly on encroachments.
What about something like mineral rights or water or any of those types of things that are kind of separate a little bit?
Right. We do not insure mineral rights in El Paso County, nor water rights. The reason being is that when mineral rights were being exchanged and water rights were being exchanged way back when, it was mainly just on a handshake. So basically what we're insuring off of is anything that's a public record that we can see, and it's hard on water and mineral as we don't have anything of record, or
the recording system isn't.
Right, the recording system wasn't really there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So the lender's interest in the property, I see a lot of the title work we come through, the seller is charged for a title insurance policy.
Correct.
And sometimes there's a discount if they've not owned the property very long or whatever. But then there also seems to be a policy that the buyer is responsible for to ensure the lender's interest. How does that all work?
So if you are purchasing a home and you are getting a loan, your lender is going to require that they are insured as well, to make sure that their lien takes first position or priority over any other could be existing liens that maybe we didn't take care of, missed through the title process. But that's what we're insuring them for. Okay. The other policy is the owner's policy that usually in Colorado the seller pays for, depending on what the contract states. Right. But that owner's policy is for the buyer, giving them the coverage that when they purchase that house again, that it is free and clear of any liens, whereas the ones that they put on, if they got a loan, that's going to be a recorded lien against the property.
Sure. So in this discount that the seller sometimes gets, what is the time frames involved with that? Like I've heard it called a refinance rate, reissue rate, different things. But what are the time frames for a seller?
Usually it's 5 years, but rates are filed by underwriter per county. So if you're getting a rate, it is because of the underwriter has that rate filed with the county, and usually it's 5 years.
5 years. Okay.
And now I can't say that across the board. That's usually what it is in our county. For most underwriters I have dealt with, it is a 5-year reissue rate is what they call it.
All right. Well, there you have it. Some of the key basics of what the title insurance company's role is in real estate in Colorado Springs. Thanks for joining us on Real Estate.